In this video, we're going to cover signatures and contracts in CheckCherry. So first up, I think it'd be helpful to demonstrate how your customer is going to sign off on your terms and conditions with CheckCherry. Okay, so I've just landed on the proposal page, and we'll go through here. This is a 90-minute session, $300 and a $50 deposit. The customer will then click accept and sign, and they'll be given their options to pay. In this situation, they'd pay with card. And then here's where they would sign, and they would say, yes, I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions. And here's where your terms and conditions are going to show up. It's not going to let them proceed unless they check that box. And we also have another option on the terms and conditions, which will display the terms and conditions inline. And so let me take a moment and show you what that looks like. Okay, I'm inside my terms and conditions manager on the admin side, and there's just a radio option here to show expanded and inline on the booking page. So I want to show my terms, a little bit more forcefully, a little more obvious. Sure. Let's take a look what that looks like. Let's come in here and hit refresh. And then as you can see there the terms are. They're within the box. So a little bit more obvious, and you say, yep, still same concept still exists. And then you can accept the proposal and make the payment and so on. Okay, and let's show you what that looks like in the self-service booking engine. So this is going to be the last step of the booking engine, and you'll see down here I've got card number, same concept, terms and conditions, and yep, I'm going to sign and be good to go and click, yep, I have read them. And then I'll sign and pay with my card. And so I'm also going to turn this off real quick and just show you what that looks like. Okay, so I've turned off the expanded terms. And if you come in here, you'll see same idea. It pops up in a modal. And you say, yep, I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions. So a couple reasons you might want to operate with just the checkbox is it just streamlines the process, less text and words on the payment page. On the other hand, customers do have to click and see. And so if you want to feel a little bit more comfortable that you're putting it in front of them, expanding it can be a good option for you. Okay, as we saw, CheckCherry has this concept of terms and conditions. And your terms and conditions agreement is a contract between you and the customer, which indicates the requirements, limitations, and standards involved in hiring you. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about setting up terms and conditions in CheckCherry. The most simple setup will be one agreement for all bookings. And this is great if you have just one service you're providing, and it might look like this. You basically would have terms and conditions, several paragraphs, and they sign off. And CheckCherry will present that to everybody when they're booking with you, regardless of the package. Okay, so I'm in my CheckCherry account, and if you go to Manage Business Settings, you'll see a Terms tab, and I click that. And here are the default terms box, so to speak. And so if you have just one set of terms, you can just simply type in the terms right here and save it. You can also use these handy merge fields. We have booked date, brand name, event date, event deposit due date, and so on. And simply put, you just insert these anywhere you want, such as like that, and CheckCherry will automatically fill in the data. Okay, so you might also offer multiple services, and you can still provide one agreement to customers to sign. And that might look something like this, where you would have general business terms and conditions at the top. These would apply to everything. And then you would also include in every booking service-specific terms. So, hey, this only applies if you hire me for these services or this specific service. You could also do this for add-ons. One big benefit of this approach is you get your customer's signature on all of your terms and conditions for all of your services and add-ons. Okay, so I'm back in the Terms Manager over on my CheckCherry account. And so, again, you would just simply add more terms to this text box. Maybe here I'd say package-specific terms. These terms only apply if you hire our package A. Oops, A. And so, and I would save that. And so again, it all is going to live in this box underneath the terms. So it's also possible that you offer different services that are materially different and they need completely different terms and conditions. And that might look something like this. So we have service A terms, several paragraphs, and if somebody books service A, that's what they sign off on. And then if they book service B, again, completely separate terms, and they sign off on that. And let's take a look at how to set that up. Okay, so I'm back in the Terms Manager of my CheckCherry account. And if I want to create two completely separate agreements and have them inserted, what I can do is I can leverage the optional sections in CheckCherry. And so let's take a look at what that might look like. So I'm going to actually just cut that out, save that. So we have blank terms, and then we're going to create an optional section. And we'll say this is service A terms. So this token can be used to name the merge tag. And so I might say this is service A terms, and then let's say it looks something like that. Several paragraphs. Okay, great. And really important is, and you'll see this all over CheckCherry, is the included in or scoped package or add-on. And so if these terms apply to just my photo booth service, for example, I would uncheck everything else and just check photo booth and hit save. Okay, and then now what you'll see is I have more merge tags, and so I can insert that in. And so whatever is in this section will be inserted into the terms. So I can save changes, and then I might go ahead and create another one. So we'll save that, and I would add that and save. And so what'll happen is basically, what I did not do on service B is I didn't specify what it is. And perhaps service B is everything but photo booth. And so I might just click that. Sorry, everything but photo booth. So I might just click that. And that'll insert it on everything else but photo booth. So now when I go to the booking engine, depending on which service has been purchased, those terms will be inserted into the text area. Okay, the more complex setup of generating CheckCherry terms would be to do it dynamically based on package and or add-on. And this approach can be really great and might look something like this, where you have your general business terms and conditions, and that's going to apply to all bookings. And then based on what the customer buys, package or add-on, CheckCherry is smart enough to insert in the specific terms before they sign off. And so this is great because it reduces the size of your terms and conditions. It only puts in what's applicable to that booking. One downside of this approach is if a customer adds or removes services after the fact, you'll probably want to get them to re-sign, with some more specific language. Okay, I'm back in the Terms Manager on my CheckCherry account. And let's say that this is my general business terms and conditions that is going to be applied to all packages. And we'll create an add-on specific section. And so we'll create an optional section. Maybe this is specific to uplighting. And what we would do is we'd go to our add-ons and we would say, there it is, uplighting. That'll go ahead and add it in there. And let's not forget that I need to insert that token here. And so that will, or wherever I want, that will then, if that add-on is selected, it'll insert those terms for you. Okay, so it's going to happen where a client takes issue with something in your terms and conditions, and you can override your terms on a booking or proposal by proposal basis before they sign off on it. And let's take a look at how you do that. Most likely that'll be on a proposal before they've signed. And so if I go to the proposal, let's go to Mel's 90-minute session, and under Manage Event, you'll see Edit Terms. And so if I click right here, this only will impact, any changes here only impact the terms for this booking or proposal. And so you can reset. Let's say you change your template. You can bring in the most current terms. So you can see it's changed it. Or I can also edit the terms right here. I can still use, let's say I want to use my brand name, and we'll put that, here. Let's just save that. And right here, there's my brand name in the terms, that type of stuff. And so again, click edit and go ahead and make any changes you want. You'll see it has pre-populated and it'll stay there. So if you do need to make changes to anything, you can do that. So that's CheckCherry's signatures and terms. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to chat with us. We're always here ready to help. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.